What's going on, guys? Coach Aaron here, back with another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Zercher squat. So let's get right to it. So the Zercher squat is similar to any other squat. The reason why is because it uses the same mechanics as any other squat, as well as the same muscles. Now, the only difference between a Zercher squat and say a barbell back squat is that in a barbell back squat, we have the bar on top of our back, while the Zercher squat, we actually have it right in front of us on top of our elbows. So we're gonna get right into our setup on how to do a Zercher squat. So we're gonna start with our foot position. Generally, this is up to you, but if you're gonna be doing the Zercher squat on a box, I preferably like to have my stance really wide. If you don't have the box, you can just pick whatever stance you want. Shoulder width apart is great. If you'd like it a little wider, narrower, doesn't matter, totally up to you. So the next step that you're gonna be doing is placing your elbows right underneath the bar. Now, typically, a lot of people in the gym are gonna be using this type of grip, but the way I coach it is I like to tell people curl the bar like this. The reason why is because the bar is gonna be placed evenly on the elbow joint. And if you typically use this grip, you're gonna be placing a lot of pressure on the muscle right here, which is called the brachioradialis. So typically you want to try to have the bar evenly placed around the joint. You don't want to have it suffocating just one muscle. This is going to place a lot of stress on that muscle and possibly could lead to pain. Now, the other issue that you're going to be seeing with this movement is the bar might be too thin if you're using an Olympic bar. So this might cut into the elbow joint. So what I usually do is put fat grips on. So this might be a little uncomfortable for some people, but typically if you have a wider diameter, it's not going to cut into the joint. Now for the next step, once you unrack the bar, you have a good elbow position, I want you to step back, and what I want you to do first is making sure that you're tight. So typically, once you have a load right in front of you, you're gonna want to round over. For this movement, you don't want to round over. Typically, what you want to do is try to puff your chest up and try to bring the elbows back a little. The only issue that you're going to be facing with the Zercher squat is you're not allowed to wrench your elbows all the way back because you have the bar right in the middle. But what you want to do is make sure that you're squeezing your back tight as possible, just enough, and puffing your chest up so that way you keep your back nice and tight throughout the movement. Now, once we got our elbow position, we got our back nice and tight, and we got our foot placement. If you want to go wide or narrow, doesn't matter. Typically, if you're using a box, go wide. We're ready to do the descending part of the squat. So when we're about to descend in the movement or go down into the movement, there's two things I want you to focus on, which is keeping your chest up and driving your hips back. So once you sit back on the bench and your knees are at 90 degrees, then you want to focus on driving up. So pretty much the up phase of the movement. Now the cue that I like to use is drive your chest up. This is going to make sure that we're not caving in the movement, but rather staying nice and tall, making sure that we're keeping nice and tight when we're about to explode up. In a way, what you want to do is you want to focus on keeping your upper body nice and stable and just letting your lower body do all the work. Now some of you might be asking, well, why do you have a bench behind you? And the reason why I like to have a bench behind me is because it's an indicator on when I can hit 90 degrees. The other thing I want to mention is when you use a bench, you're able to fully pop your hips all the way back, so that way you're engaging your glutes as well. So we're just going to put this all together. What you want to do is place the bar right on top of your elbows and then curl the bar. Next, puff your chest up, keep your back nice and straight. Next, unrack the bar. When you're about to squat down, push your hips back and keep your chest up. Once you reach 90 degrees and you're about to go up, you want to focus on driving your chest up, keeping that back nice and neutral, and just letting your legs do all the work. So that's how you Zercher squat. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, go down, click that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, comment down below. That's it for me, guys. I'll catch you guys next time.